And Annette, the floor is yours.
Great. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. It's a happy Tuesday, and I'm so proud that GPAR is participating in the Hispanic Heritage Month by having our great friends, which are the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, and also our CIPS and Global. Just thank you so much. Many of the GPAR members, you are aware that we have been supporting diversity for close to 20 years now. And so I'm really excited that NAREP Philadelphia has re-engaged in our market and just really excited. Emily, I want to thank you, Emily Wang, I want to thank you so much, and also the committee, the diversity committee, for making today happen. It is extremely important that we remain mindful about the opportunities that are not just domestic, but also international. So thank you very much. GPAR, thank you for supporting NAREP, NAREP, LGBTQ, Alliance Real Estate, Women's Council of Realtors, the list goes on, the veterans, which was added on in my administration, and also the global. So again, thank you so much. And without further ado, I'd like to pass the mic over to our great chairperson, Terry. Thank you. Oh, sure.
Good morning. Thank you, Annette, for opening up, and many thanks to Emily this morning for assembling this wonderful panel today to discuss home ownership challenges and opportunities for the Hispanic community. Also going over the benefits of earning a CIPS designation and how to grow global real estate sales, boosting the local economy. Our first presenter this morning is Ms. Karen Manzanares. Karen is a real estate broker, investor, and community impact leader. She's definitely transformed communities by flipping homes, creating value, and guiding families toward wealth building home ownership. As the incoming secretary of NAREP Philadelphia, she's committed to advancing Hispanic home ownership through education, opportunity, and empowerment. And I'll let Danielle, my co-chair, introduce our next speaker as well, too.
Good morning, everyone. Presenting alongside Karen is Ms. Silvana Araya. She is a VP and founder of NIRET Philadelphia and a bilingual community loan officer. She specializes in conventional, jumbo, FHA, VA, and second mortgage products with a strong commitment to serving the low to moderate income borrowers through some exclusive programs that they offer. She's passionate about providing financial education, building and providing generational wealth in her community, which is near and dear to everyone's heart, I'm sure. She is delivering exceptional customer service, and we're so welcoming to them. They will both be discussing the challenges and the opportunities locally for the Hispanic community, as well as provide some information on NIREP Philadelphia. So thanks again, ladies.
Thank you, guys.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Can I share the screen now?
I'll let you know once we see it. Perfect.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you to GPAR for having us here today. We do want to start with telling you a little bit about NAREP. So NAREP was started in 1999, and as you can see here, we just celebrated 25 years. Yes, we're very proud of that. So it was started in 1999 by Gary Acosta and Ernie Reyes, a loan officer and a real estate agent, kind of like you have here today and how Philly was started.
Good duo.
Yes. So Ernie and Gary Acosta, they used to do a lot of business together, and they would often celebrate by going to breakfast and talk about our Latino community and how they were underserved. So they decided to do something about it and started NAREP. And today it has grown to have 58,000 real estate professionals and 100 plus chapters across the US. The mission is to increase sustainable homeownership. And that's just basically naturally how this started. But we wanted to share also how we started here in Philadelphia. And it was thanks to Silvana. She stirred things up. She started a chapter here, and she can share more about how that started.
Thank you, Karen. I was invited to go to a NIREP conference. I've never heard about it. It was in Miami. A free ticket was given to me. I couldn't say no to Miami, so I ended up going. And I was blown away by this conference. I've been to a couple conferences. I've never seen anything like this. I was surrounded with like-minded people, Latinos just like me. And as soon as I got back to Philadelphia, I got to the NAREP website and I wanted to sign up to my local chapter. And then I noticed there was no Philadelphia. So I got back to my connections I made at the conference in Miami. I asked how to create a chapter. We set a plan. And then a year later, now we're here and we are established as a chapter. Karen mentioned Gary and Ernie. We are very passionate about their core themes. They have the shape of the Latino brand, which focuses on grit, positivity, and loyalty. They build generational wealth through homeownership and investing, and they use entrepreneurship to close the gaps in wealth and influence.
Yes, so that takes us to the next project that Gary started. So after NAREP in 2014, there was a decline, because of the housing crisis, and they noticed another problem. It was the net worth of our household. So Gary decided to do phase 2 and another second impact and started the Hispanic Wealth Project with the goal to triple the net worth of a Hispanic household by 2024. So at that time, it was at about 19,000. And they did so by not just real estate, but as you can see on the screen, it was business ownership and financial assets. They wanted to educate, advocate, and really build an industry voice and help our community. So they actually did it 2 years earlier. By 2022, our net worth was 63,000 plus.
Whoop, whoop.
So that was a huge accomplishment there. If anybody wants more information, we actually provided a QR code here in the screen so you can download the report. It has great insight and information with regards to not just real estate, but business ownership and financial assets. More statistics here that we're very proud of is our Hispanic homeownership has hit record high at 9.8 million last year. So 2023, 2024 are great years for us. So it was at 49.5, and then it declined, as you can see, to 49%. Now that was due to our household forming and growing faster than we can buy homes. So we had about 676,000 new households form and 238,000 new Latino homeowners. Now, again, this was also due to our young kids, growing, moving out of the house and going to rent. So now we build more homes, and that we just did that faster than buying homes. If you would like to download the report, you can do so. We provided a QR code here, gives you more statistics and more information about homeownership. Now we'll get to the challenges. Then Silvana is going to take over and talk a little bit about that.
Unfortunately, there are barriers to homeownership. Right now, we're in a high rate market. Rates are anywhere from 6 to 7%. We're seeing a rise in home prices and then also inventory shortage. And we see household formation outpacing ownership. Can you click the next slide for me?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, opportunities ahead. NAREP continues to advocate and advance sustainability for homeownership for Latinos. We have some goals. Our goals are to maintain 50% and more of Latino homeownership rates. We're also wanting to grow from that 9.8 million now to 11.5 million homeowners by 2034. We want to increase investment property ownership by 25% or more. And we'd like to double representation in real estate and mortgage industry with the Latinos. So we want to see more Spanish speaking agents and lending. We are creating more chapters around the nation so we can increase the education to our community. Like our mission is to educate the professionals so the professionals can go out and let the community know about these resources. So the next slide talks about these resources, which are programs opening doors for Latino home buyers. There are more opportunities than many families realize. I'll start with number one, down payment assistance, DPA. There's over 2,000 programs that exist, but many people don't know that they qualify for them. And this could be the key for affordability for first-time home buyers. The second one is special purpose credit programs, and these are designed to close the gap for the underserved communities, like the Latinos, where it makes the lending more flexible and accessible. Number three is co-borrowing and multi-generational strategies, where we combine the family's credit and income to qualify. And this aligns with our Latino culture because we want everyone to win. We have alternative credit models. This is for the consumers who don't have traditional credit. We could qualify with programs that recognize your consistent payments on utility, phone, and rental payments to qualify. And then we have bilingual education and outreach, making sure families learn about these opportunities in their language. So NAREP plays a big role in this. We are all about education and, again, using our chapters to go out to the community to let them know about these programs. As a lender myself and being part of the NAREP family, I want to highlight how important these programs are to allowing Latinos to home ownership. Oh, and then we do have a local example of one of those programs. If you have not heard of it, PHFA, we can use those along with city grants for assistance on your for your home ownership.
Thank you, Silvana. As you guys can see, we wanted to share some stories here and highlight also a group of loan officers who were recognized by NAREP last year. Again, last year, a huge year. They were recognized for closing 380 transactions, totaling 97 million in funding. That's about $8 million a month. Silvana and I are working on that.
Right.
We'll get there. But we wanted to highlight some stories. And as you can see, Stephanie from Missouri shared she was the first one in purchasing a home in her family. And I can say there's a lot of Stephanies out there. We hear this all the time from our community, being the first one to purchase a home. And then we want to end this with more good news. We're on a roll here. By 2040, 70% of new homeowners will be Latino. More statistics from NAREPS that they share with us. And we want to tell everybody, reach out to us, let us know if you need help. And also, if you want to join us, we have the QR code here to join our Philly chapter and unite with us, help us close this gap, connect, build, and equitable homeownership together. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay,
Now let's
so,
flip things over to Emily.
okay, thank you. Thank you, Savannah and Karen, for the comprehensive introduction about NAREP and home ownership in the Hispanic community. My name is Emily Wang, a realtor with Century 21 Vantage Gold, a certified international property specialist, and a CIPS instructor. It's my honor to introduce NAR global programs, including but not limited to Certified International Property Specialist, CIPS designation, to our members since earlier this year. I give all the credits to our President Annette Collier, our Policy Director Lexi McDowell, Diversity Committee Chair Terry, and West Chair Danielle for their generous support. So our next two international speakers from Mexico are Mr. Karim Oviedo and Mr. Alejandro Miranda. Karim is a real estate broker and owner of Remax Spacious Habitat Mexico and a public speaker. He is a national president 2025 of Mexican Association Real Estate Professionals, AMPI. He specializes in commercial properties, international referrals, and market strategies. In 2025, he held reforms, ethical standards, and training programs shaping the industry in Mexico. He's a co-author of 2 professional books. In San Diego, he brings global insight and proven expertise to inspire, cross-border collaboration and growth. Mr. Alejandro Miranda is the Vice President of Mexican Association Real Estate Professionals. He is a founder and CEO of Happy Coast Real Estate, SADECV, a company that provides services to foreign citizens established in Mexico. He's an expert and entrepreneur who has started different companies in the information logistics sector, providing international transportation and customs clearance service to international companies. They'll be providing insight into real estate transactions in Mexico. Go ahead, Karim and Alejandro. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Emily Wang. Thank you for the invitation to participate with members of the Greater Philadelphia Association of Realtors. Today we come from the Mexican Association of Real Estate Professionals to invite you to learn how to do business in Mexico. I have invited Alejandro Miranda to talk about this business experience. I also take this opportunity to invite you to join to AMPI. I am leaving you the link so you can see who is he and quick. It's become a member of the association in Mexico. Good morning a todos. Buenos días a todos. Y los dejo con Alejandro Miranda. Alejandro, por favor.
Thank you so much to you all. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you to Greater Philadelphia Association of Realtors. Thank you to our president, Karim Oviedo. We are super happy to be here today. It is really an honor to be here, and I would like to talk a little bit about what it means to buy real estate in Mexico and how our markets are connected much more than we sometimes imagine. Can I share a screen? Yeah. I have a small presentation.
Yep, give us 1 second.
Is it okay now?
Did you need us to project, or did you want? I can hear it as I pulled it up.
Thank you so much, Lexi. I'm going to try to be very short on this. It's a long presentation, but we would really like to show you a little bit about Mexico and AMPI. In Mexico, our real estate association is the most important, and we unite more than 7,500 members across more than 100 cities in Mexico. Why are so many people looking to Mexico today? Is because we are a country of more than 131 million people. AMPI, as it was shown there, is not only the most important association in Mexico. We really promote professionalism. We interconnect with other countries. We have more than 50 MOUs signed with different associations all over the world. And we participate in several international associations, such as NAR, PIAPSI, the Latin American Real Estate Association. And our efforts, led by our national president, Karim Oviedo, is to really connect with the world. AMPI is not only the biggest and most important association in Mexico, but it's a referral. Everybody knows AMPI globally. So what we're trying to do today is to show you a little bit of who we are and why it is important for AMPI to connect with associations as yours. Next, please, if it's so for many investors, real estate in Mexico, it is both a second home and a smart investment. We have almost 1 million Americans living in Mexico. And Mexico not only offers sunny beaches or nice weather, but really a lot of opportunities in the residential, commercial, and industrial property investments. Next one, please. Mexico, we have right now we have each state has a legal certification to be a realtor. So out of 32 states, 25 of them have these local laws in which in the past, everybody could really sell properties. Right now, you need to be certified by state laws. And that is thanks to AMPI's negotiation with governments or state governments. And we are really looking forward for all the states in Mexico that offer this certification for real estate professionals. Next one, please. If you purchase in the interior of our country or you buy directly in Mexico, you need to really follow up with many local and federal laws. Next one, please. And I'm just going to try to go very fast with this and not bore you with but we have a lot of to show. But what we really want to tell here is that investing in Mexico is safe. For Americans or for all the buyers that come from abroad, buying in Mexico is different if you buy on the coast or the border or if you buy inside Mexico. So we have some, we could say, restrictions to buy, but that doesn't mean that you cannot own a property in our country. It offers a lot of competitive advantages for foreigners, and we have a legal framework that really makes buying or selling in Mexico easy. If you please go to the next one, thank you. So Mexico is not only a big market. We have actually many Mexicans buying abroad. Many Mexicans go to and buy property in the United States. Basically in Texas, California, Florida, Chicago. And we have a strong economy. Our medium class is really they can really afford properties in other countries. So what we're trying to connect is not only to bring investors to Mexico, but to tell our Mexican investors how to buy with a referral agreement with a realtor in the United States. Next one, please. So our economy is steady. we are really living economy certainty, and we are growing, and we are actually looking always to look to bring investment, foreign investment to Mexico. So right now to this year we brought $31 million invested in Mexico. That includes real estate. Next one, please. And obviously, buying in Mexico, and besides the framework that you need to buy to buy in Mexico, is that every operation in Mexico has to be done in every case with a notary public. A notary public in Mexico, from what you understand, notaries in the United States. A notary public in Mexico is a government-appointed attorney that ensures the deed is legal, the title is clean, and the property is registered. So closing usually in Mexico takes 20 to 60 days, but it is a safe structure process. Okay, you go to the next one, please. So more than bore you with all the legal aspects of how is to buy property in Mexico, sometimes foreign investors think that it's not easy to buy property. What I was referring to with these restricted zones in the border and the coast is that foreigners can really own property, but they need to do it through a fideicomiso, which is a fiduciary bank to have the property. This is an old law, and you can call it a restriction, but that cannot avoid for Americans investing in Mexico. Actually, it's a way to protect their investment because the bank protects that investment done through this fiduciary bank. Obviously, we need to talk about taxes and taxes and compliance. So there is a transfer fee from 2 to 5%, depending on the state, and capital gains apply for the seller and in some cases for the buyer. If a buyer is getting the property much lower than the commercial price, they will need to pay capital gains. And most importantly, Mexico enforces strict anti-money laundering rules. Large cash payments are prohibited. Funds must flow transparently through the banking system. Can we go to the next one, please? So if you want to buy a property in Mexico, it is always recommended to do through a professional real estate professional in Mexico, an AMPI member. Why am I saying this? Because we have seen some realtors from other countries trying to sell properties in Mexico. And it seems to be easy, but actually it requires a lot of law understanding and local and federal laws. And it is always better to do it through a referral with an MP professional, so they can walk you through all the process. So what does this journey of buying in Mexico look like? Well, there's, as you know, there's often an acceptance, due diligence, drafting permits, the funds transfer, but it is important to get a final deed before the notice. Next one, please. And I think the next one, I emphasize two things. Mexico has open doors for investors, and we really we're looking for ways to improve our relationships with the world. And we are a strategic partner for NAR. We create bridges, not only educational and professionals, but also cultural. So we are proud to be here in the Hispanic we cooperate a lot with NAREP associations all over the United States. So we offer you coming here today is to offer you reliable partner as reliable partners opportunities to expand your client services to our country and the ability to really guide you through the process with confidence. Next one, please. And yeah, we already talked about money laundering, which as you have seen in the news, some things have happened recently with the banking system in Mexico. So there's a law that really makes every realtor to transparent their operations with the federal government. And for closing, I would like to tell you that whether your client dreams is a beachfront villa or an investment opportunity or simply diversify internationally, Mexico is ready. But Mexico is much more than Cancun or Riviera Maya or Riviera Nayarit. Mexico offers opportunities for nearshoring, companies moving back to Mexico from China, because nearshoring is this phenomenon in which companies are going back to Mexico because they need to be close to their target market, which is the United States. So AMPI, we have allies with all the world. And I would like to say, which are, just before ending, which we consider are, what we consider are the AMPI's strengths. One, and first, we offer a national representation and credibility. We have global alliances with all the world. We have professional development and certifications. We have high ethical codes and standards. We have advocacy and institutional voice, networking and marketing intelligence, innovation and digitalization, and we have an inclusive membership. And for that, I would like to invite you all to be part of our international membership. It's a very easy process to be an AMPI international member. So you can be part of this, our international AMPI environment. And finally, and just if you just I think we can stop sharing. Finally, I would like to invite you to our International Congress in Chihuahua this next October 22nd to 24th, in which we gather all the professionals from Mexico in a beautiful Mexican environment. And we do a lot of things, keynote speakers. We have a MOU signed with many other associations. We expect to receive this year more than 50 realtors from the United States, from many associations. So in AMPI, we love being global. And this is a nice effort, and that's what we really appreciate this invitation to be here today, because we love connecting with you and we love being part of this networking. Thank you so much, and thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, Alejandro. Thank you so much. As you everybody know that Mexico stands on the top 5 of foreign home buyers in U.S. with 8% on the of all the foreign buyers in U.S. residential properties from April 2024 to March 2025, and there are 6,200 homes purchased by buyers from Mexican country origin, and 44.4 billion US dollars spent. So, and also Mexico remains the top popular country among clients seeking to purchase property abroad. So it's very, very informative presentation. Thank you so much. And we'll go to the next session. Terry and Daniel, please. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kareem and Alejandro, for your presentation today. Next, we'll open up to Q&A. So if there are any questions for Kareem and Alejandro, as well as Karen and Silvana, feel free to throw them in the chat or, raise your hand.
You have Annette raise a hand, and then Tamara.
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much. Both presentations were just excellent. I do have a question for Mexico, and I'm sorry if you might have stated it and I missed it. From the time of the pandemic, have you had a tremendous uptick of Americans coming and buying over there?
Yes, thank you for the question, Annette. Not only because of the pandemic, but we have always Americans coming to Mexico to buy. The pandemic certainly was a great reason for many people to stay in Mexico. And one important thing to say is that Mexico never closed its borders for foreigners to come due to the pandemic. But the main reason why foreign investors comes to Mexico, yes, is the weather, but the other thing is that it's very affordable. So we have a huge amount of baby boomers living in Mexico that can live very comfortable with their pensions. So, and they can buy really cheap property. So Mexico is affordable, it's safe, it's secure, and we have information of that many people are coming not only during the peak season, which is winter the winter in the United States, but now we have more Americans living the whole year. As an example, we have an area close Guadalajara, which is the second biggest city in Mexico. This small town is called Ajijic or Chapala. That's the biggest community of Americans outside the United States. So they keep coming because they love being in Mexico and because it is safe to live here. That's what I understand.
And I just have one other question. You mentioned about MOUs. Were you referring to local realtor associations in America that were doing MOUs with your organization?
Yes, Annette, we have signed memorandums of understanding with different associations of the United States, in Texas, in Florida, in Chicago, in Illinois, in California. And what are these MOUs? Our president signs these MOUs with the directors of these associations. And we're looking is not only to sign a document, but to really cooperate, do educational programs, learn from each other, do commercial missions, invite you to Mexico. And also we would like to be invited to your association to know your markets, know your areas, and really look forward to grow together in this real estate sector. No matter what, in our understanding, Mexico and the United States are going to be close partners forever, and real estate is not an exception.
Good. I will talk with Emily. I would be very interested in learning more about your commercial and residential. And just so the audience knows that we have created a commercial committee at GPAR. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And we'll go to our next question from Tamara.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Here, I'm Tamara Contreras. I work at the Consulate of Mexico. So I have a few questions for Alejandro, because right now we're seeing a lot of people that wants to return to Mexico. So as I just heard, you work with foreigners going to Mexico or doing business in Mexico to buy a property. But what about our people that it's living here in the US? Could they go to you and buy a property in Mexico, or do they need to do a different process? So are you a liable enterprise that they can go to, or what can you tell about us?
Actually, the Mexican, this is a very important market. The Mexicans living in the United States that want to buy property in Mexico, it's a very important market to us because they need guidance, they need information, communication, transparency, and we need to work with them to make their buying process very safe. So AMPI is the best way to go because we are the only association in Mexico that is connected to NAR and other associations in the United States. So that in that way, we understand their needs. We need to know what they want and why they want to buy in Mexico. The other thing is that, Tamara, is that we have a lot of Mexican live in the United States that are really looking for ways to sell their property in Mexico because
Yes.
they left to Mexico many years ago and they are not using their property anymore, so they are looking for ways to sell it. So we take care of that market too.
So about the legal processes in Mexico, because I think they have to have an RFC and everything, do you accompany them through this process so that they can buy a home in Mexico?
We guide them through all the process.
Okay.
Our AMPI professionals even go with them to the SAT
Okay.
to guide them and to avoid any, in these days is
Miscommunication.
yes, and it is very easy to be stolen our identities or so we take care of that and we guide them through the process. Many of our people there obviously speak the language, but they are not updated on what is really happening in the country. So it is very important to AMPI to be with them during all these process, like the notary, the SAT, and all the local permits you need to buy or sell a property in any state of Mexico.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tamara.
Awesome. Are there any other additional questions?
Perry, can I interrupt you? Since we have Tamara here, so if you could allow her to introduce herself, because he invited Raul, the Vice President of the West Consulate of the Mexican Consulate in Philadelphia, and then they are very helpful in helping us in the Hispanic community and also in the people in the community from Mexico. So if you could allow her to introduce herself, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. Sorry to burden in, but Tamara Contreras. I work at the Consulate of Mexico. I'm the Community Affairs Coordinator here at the Consulate. I manage 3 windows at the Consulate: the health window, the educational window, and the financial window, in which we provide literacy in these 3 windows, like educational literacy, financial literacy, and also we provide services. We try to strengthen our relationships or look for more relationships throughout some organizations that may help improve our Mexican community quality of life here abroad. We also have we manage 3 states. We manage all Pennsylvania, the 8 southern counties from New Jersey, and also Delaware. So we have community from those states, and well, we try to partner with more organizations that help this Mexican community here to maybe buy a home, to also understand the credit here in the US because it's so different from Mexico. Also to understand the educational system here in the US because it's different from Mexico. And so that they can understand better, because it's difficult to speak in another language. Even in our language we cannot explain ourselves, so imagine explaining it in another language. So we try to find these organizations that aims to help the community so that they can partner with our people. We also provide some services like documentation, passports, consular IDs, voting credentials. We have powers of attorney that are valid in Mexico. So if you ever need something, some power of attorney that has to be valid in Mexico, you can come to us, and birth certificates also. Thank you so much for the space.
Oh,
And thank you
talking
for
about,
having us and inviting us.
thank you, Tamara. So I have a quick question for you. So in terms of the notaries for the apostille, so Annette and I, we had a speaker earlier this year. We invited a notary public, and she's also a apostille expert for the people who want to sell or buy properties in US, and if they are physically in Mexico, or people who are here. So do you do that kind of apostille notary? You just mentioned that you do that, right? For deed
Yes, but
package.
we
Yeah.
do that. Our powers of attorney are only valid in Mexico, not in the US.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a power of attorney here in the US, you may go to a notary here in the US, because as we are the government of Mexico, our documents are only valid in Mexico, not here in the US.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And is Annette still on the call? No, she must have
Yeah.
dropped. Oh, you are. Oh, there you are.
I mean, I'm just extremely happy. It's been some years that Emily and I were both CIPSs, and I'm really happy about NAR continuance of pushing the whole global conversation. It's real. The other day, we were at the DEI event in Conshohocken, and the LGBTQ Alliance indicated that some of the people in their community were also locating to other places of the world. And I think we as real estate professionals, we have to prepare ourselves for every financial opportunity there is, as well as relationships, in order for us to sustain our profession. So I just thank you all that decided to join us today to come on. And also our friends in Mexico, I'm really excited about a continued conversation with you all. And NAREP, they already know I'm a member there as well. I want to thank them all for making it happen in Philadelphia. We have a 30,000 initiative in Philadelphia, and our city is very much so Black and brown. So I think there's opportunities there, as well as other opportunities, whether it be affordable and market rate. So I think just globally dealing with investors and bringing them here to buy in one of the most affordable cities in the world is a great opportunity. And I hope that our membership is a part of the benefactors of that. So thank you very much. Thank you all for joining again, and for our guests who have come from afar, and can't say enough. And I'll pass it over to you, Terry.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for closing everything out, and thank you to NAREP and NAMP for sharing your time today, as well as your expertise with us. Hopefully these presentations reinforce the value of the CIPS designation for global opportunities and partnerships. For more information about CIPS, feel free to contact Emily or Annette directly. And thanks for everyone for joining today, and you're free to go.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Happy Spanish Heritage Month, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gracias,
enjoy.
right? Gracias.
Uh,
Thank you, Alejandro, from Mexico all the way far. And all my CIPS families designation from California, Texas, everywhere. Thank you. Thank you, Terry, Danielle,
Thanks,
Nick.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Gracias.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Gracias.
Bye.